Hey guys, Dan here with the 2021 tutorial on how to fix the Dragon Ball series on Plex. Now in this video I'm going to be showing you Dragon Ball, but this also does apply to Z, Kai, Super, and GT. GT is pretty good though. There's not that many issues with GT, but the other series they're plagued with issues as far as getting their metadata in and getting it all correct. Now, the way I have it right now is I just have all the episodes in one giant season. It's called Absolute Order. And basically, because these shows aired in Japan, there was no real seasons. The seasons that do exist are kind of fan made up seasons, or the seasons that Funimation put out in their DVD and Blu ray sets. So, in this video, again, I'm covering Dragon Ball. So let's go to the Dragon Ball page, and you can see I have one season. Now, what I used to recommend was going to the movie database and using their metadata instead of the TV database. They have since changed the way that they track their metadata, and I don't like that site for TV shows anymore, and I only recommend it for movies, and I recommend staying on the TV database now because they've made numerous improvements to this website. Now, as you can see, you go to the Dragon Ball page and you go to seasons, and they have a few different orders. Unfortunately, the sagas order does not is currently not supported on Plex, and that's a Plex issue. That's not a TV database issue. But we do have aired order, DVD order, and absolute order. Absolute order again is that one season with all of the episodes in it. DVD order is those blue bricks from Funimation. So if you want to use that order, you would use this season layout. And then what I'm going to be using is aired order, which gives you 6 seasons, so it's a little different than the DVDs, and it basically goes by the major arcs of the series. So you have all the specials, which is basically the movies, and then the 2 safety PSAs that are out there, and you have seasons 1 through 6. I don't have I have the movies, but I keep them in my movie section. I don't keep them in with the series. But if we go over here to season 1, I see a bunch of titles in Japanese, but you don't have to worry though, because if you clicked on it, you do get the English translation name along with the episode number for each layout. Now, because it is episode number 1, it's 1 in everything. But let's say we just got out of season 1 and we went to season 2. This is where we're going to start seeing a bunch of changes. Again, don't worry about this unknown name thing. You click on it, the name's there. You see that the numbering starts to change a little bit for what series you want to use. So what we're going to have to do is we have to rename, because I want to use the aired order. I have to rename episodes 14 to episodes 28 in my absolute episode number order. I have to rename all these episodes to correspond with the appropriate matching naming scheme of the season order that I want to use. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then we will get back to Plex. Alright, now I've finished renaming all the seasons, and I put them in individual folders just to help with the batch renaming program that I use. It doesn't like large amounts of files at once, and it gets rather complicated, so it's just easier just to separate them. Anyway, let's just go over to Plex, and what we're going to do now is we're actually going to back out to this page. Now, sometimes refreshing the metadata on Plex doesn't really work, and it's a little buggy sometimes, so we're going to try just first just trying to refresh the metadata. It's kind of like a multi-step process. We kind of change one thing at a time and see what works. Usually refreshing the metadata on everything in your TV folder works, but it takes forever, and I'd rather avoid doing that. So we'll see if this works here instead. Alright, so it looks like it's finishing up soon, and you see it has put the 6 seasons thing over here. So let's open up the folder, and we do in fact have 6 different seasons of the show. What I'm going to do though is just change all the little pictures for these, just because it kind of helps in my head reorganize everything. And looks like it didn't refresh to the point where it brought up the pictures though. Let me just make sure this is all correct, and it is not. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to refresh the metadata again. Oh, I know what the issue is. I didn't go to advanced over here and change this to aired, which is the season order that I'm using. Again, because I'm using the aired season naming scheme. That's the reason why that happened, which it's a good thing that I did that. So it's that could be a common mistake that you guys make as well. So we'll hit save changes. Sometimes it says it can't save, but it will. As we can see, it went back to aired. So we will refresh again and get the metadata. Alright, as we can see, the metadata has finished refreshing. So we'll go back into the series and we will see if we got those pictures back. Well, first, let's open up the seasons. We haven't gotten the names. Alright, so now this is where I do the big refresh the metadata to figure out what's going on here. I could also try fixing the match. Sometimes that doesn't that's the issue, is that the match is just bad. So we'll click that. Alright, so I have rematched and refreshed the metadata, and then I even went into advanced and reselect error order. So I did everything. I ended up not having to redo everything, but here we go into the series and you can see we have the different seasons popping up. Let's see if the names came over, which they should. They have. And one cool thing is it actually looks like it might have remembered what episodes I've watched on the previous naming scheme. Let me just check in here so far. It hasn't, but it did most of them. But yeah, all right. So that is interesting. Now, one thing to note though is the it looks like it has gone with the some of them have gone to the correct saga, while other ones have gone to I don't know, it is all correct. So like just what I was going to mention over here is if you go to posters, this is the Red Ribbon Army saga. It's a 40 episode saga, but depending on what naming scheme you went with, you might be on the 22nd Tenkaichi Budokai. So you have to make sure that you change your picture, or you might be on just season 3 of the Blue Bricks. You have to make sure that you select the correct picture. Again, that's just preference too if you don't care about the pictures, or you can even hide seasons if you don't want to look at the seasons. But yeah, so that has seemed to work, and I will show you the layout for the rest of the series. Now over here in Dragon Ball Z, I actually like the 9-season layout that Funimation came out with. I think it's a pretty good flow as far as sagas. So I have actually just left this as is for my episode name scheme of preference. For Dragon Ball Kai, or Dragon Ball Z Kai, however you refer it to, I went with the DVD layout because I prefer the 7-season layout. I just think it's a better organization, and the air order actually has the specials episodes, Peace in the Future, Goku Soul in Eternity, and the season 5, a lot of the Great Saiyaman arc episodes, they're usually put in the specials section for some reason, and this has put them back into the where they should be chronologically, which is greatly appreciated because I hate having to go back to a specials season to watch the show in order. Now for Dragon Ball Super, I only have 13 episodes because I've only bought in volume 1 so far, but if I was to choose one, it would be the aired orders. Now it's the same as the DVD order. It does have the Broly movie in for specials, which I wouldn't do. Again, I keep all my movies in my movie section of my Plex server. But one of the key differences is actually the artwork that comes over. A lot of it's pretty cool. Like they've done some like yellow box remakes. I guess like if they came out with bricks, they'd be like look like this, or these like this art style. There's just a lot of cool covers which aren't in the DVD one. So I would definitely go with the aired order on Dragon Ball Super. And last but not least is the 100% underappreciated Dragon Ball GT. I know it's not the greatest series, but it does have some cool concepts like Super Saiyan 4, and it did take some pretty cool risk. I went with the aired order version for this one. So that gives you a 3-season layout versus the 2-season that the I guess they're green bricks, but they're like yellow green bricks. It gives you the Black Star Dragon Ball saga, it gives you the Baby saga, and it puts Super 17 and the Shadow Dragon saga together. Nice little spread out. If there was one that did 4 seasons or like one for each saga, I'd probably prefer that, but they don't really have that available. So I think that this is the best option in my opinion. Now, again, if you're having problems with refreshing the metadata, you've done all the naming correctly and everything. I've had a lot of luck with unmatching the series, and then you rematch it through the search function.
A few moments later.
So now it has finally unmatched and rematched, and finally the cover changes went through. That's what you usually get to the metadata to go over and be updated. And as you can see, open up on the inside, it's a little different. I actually really like these covers, and yeah. So if you guys have any questions or anything down below, just ask. I'm always available to help. From now on, it should be pretty much the same setup. The TV database seems to have a pretty good layout for the episodes and a pretty good medium between if people want it by air date or however they'd like it. I'd wish that the movie database would adopt this as well, but maybe it'll take them a little bit to catch up. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.